Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Simming in Oz and today we are building a caravan. I woke up at like 4 a.m. this morning and thought to myself, man, I really want to build a caravan. I've lived in a caravan before, so I have intimate knowledge of what it's actually like and what the details are that go into something like that. And I thought, I want a challenge, I want something that's really cute, and I'll jump on The Sims and see if it's possible. I knew I was only going to attempt it if I could find the correct live edit object that I was thinking of. I had a vague notion that there was some kind of trailer or hitch or something that I could conceivably build a room on top of and make it look correct, but I did have to comb through that menu quite strongly and find something, and there was only really one thing in that whole menu that sort of worked, and thank goodness it was there because otherwise I would have been in real trouble. And the theme of this build was, I started out with a very overgrown, grungy kind of landscape, and I was going to continue with the caravan on in that theme. But then as I got in there, I was thinking to myself, oh, I'd really love to make a really cute caravan interior. Like the outside can be a bit grungy, but the inside can be so cute. So I did end up actually doing a cute caravan, but I might go back and do a grungy version if I ever choose to do a rags to riches challenge. This is exactly what I had in mind. An isolated island off the coast of Tartosa with a little bit of land that's overgrown and a caravan, and I just think it's the sweetest thing ever and I'm so happy with it. I continue my saga of experimenting with roofs, and my love of skylights is soaring to the front of my mind, and while I did have to wrangle the roof a little bit, it did actually turn out quite lovely. I was able to install a skylight that's actually functional within the build and also have it look like it's hitched open and allowing fresh air to escape into the actual caravan. So happy days everybody, that was absolutely lovely. Now the inspiration of this build was all the van life girlies that are out there, and I was almost a van life girly myself, if I'm being completely honest. I loved my caravan when I had it. I unfortunately had to sell it at one point because I didn't need it anymore and I couldn't park it on the street. So I love caravans so much, and I love the idea of van life and everything. I think it's so fun and admirable, and if you can do it, it's an amazing thing. And it just sort of gets you out of the daily grind, really. But the caravan I had envisioned was something very van life, chic, Instagram girl kind of scenario, and it just sort of took on a life of its own. I started out with the grungy exterior and everything, but then as I went along, it just sort of built itself, and as I put down the doors and the windows, it just leaned towards this absolutely beautiful white, blue and cream contraption that I thought was just absolutely stunning. For the interior, I did decide to do a diagonal build on the caravan just because I knew that I didn't want it centered on the lot, but also I wanted to have the extra room that building diagonal does allow you. Technically this caravan is 3 tiles by 6, and typically a bed would be at least 3 tiles long, but still there is a lot of room actually for the interior, the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, the dining, and it all sort of works out. So The diagonal aspect of this build was absolutely vital, and I'm so chuffed with how it turned out. I do love that I put in the appropriate amount of windows and ventilation, and even the air conditioning and the generator and the barbecue. All of it looks like it's meant to belong together, and that this is an actual manufactured caravan that's based in reality, and I love that so much. And typically your caravan will be like fiberglass kind of, it's almost a cardboard kind of thing because they need to prioritize the weight of the caravan. So I did try to lean into that aspect of, in the interior there are floating floorboards, the walls aren't really wallpapered or tiled except for in the bathrooms, and the main wallpaper, it looks like it's this plasticky cardboard kind of white, and that's exactly what you would find within a caravan itself. And then in terms of weight, you have to be so careful with not to over clutter your caravan. I think I didn't succeed in this scenario because I do go through and I absolutely clutter that thing to the gills, and she's so charming and I love her so much. I love a challenge build. Like, this is definitely something I've never made before, and it's just inspired me just to go on and see if I can do other creative, inspiring, unique builds in the future. Sometimes I think to myself, I'd love to do a cliff build or a lake build, or something really cool, or even like a superhero build where they live in like a bat cave or something, and it's meant to be like super grungy yet super tech and everything. Think the bat cave and you'll understand what I'm thinking of. These are the things that fill my day and fill my thoughts, and I'm so just honestly so over the moon that I get the opportunity to build things like this and that I get to share it with all of you, so thank you so much. I will leave you now to enjoy the rest of the build, but I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I will see you towards the end.
Alrighty, folks, that is about it. Thank you so much for coming along to my absolutely gorgeous little van life build. She is so charming. I think to myself that the title of this build is Glamping for One, and it's very true to style that there's only one person that should and can live in this caravan, though it sort of opens up other ideas for, could I do a caravan that's for a single mother with like a baby or a child or a toddler or something like that? Really stretch the limits and see what kind of gameplay opportunities I could get out of scenarios like this. But I loved this build so much. It's possibly my favorite to date, including Hogwarts. So she's absolutely gorgeous and she'll live in my heart forever, honestly. But thank you so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it, honestly. Give a like if you did, and if you care to, subscribe. But otherwise, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.